How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. We are back from the boring, tedious, absolute rubbish that we call international football. You wonder why I've done no videos over the last couple of weeks, because what on earth am I going to talk about? England are crap. That international break just dragged. It was like watching paint dry. It was just absolute horrendous. But it's done. It's another story for another day. Let's move on. The Premier League is back and it's Brentford versus Arsenal. I'm looking forward to this game. It will be a difficult game. Brentford is never an easy place to go. Last season, we actually went there and performed really well and got a brilliant 3-0 win. We can get anything like that again. I'll be absolutely buzzing. But it's a difficult place to go. The last time Brentford lost a London derby at home was that game last season against us. So it shows they're not a team that normally lose at home, especially in London derbies. And there won't be the likes of Ivan Toney and whatnot, because he's still finishing off his ban, which is actually very close to being completed. But they're still a very, very dangerous side. Now, I don't normally like to look at the other teams in and around us and see who they're playing and what might happen, etc. But I think this weekend is very important, because we have one of those weekends where, despite it being a difficult game, it's not as difficult and as unpredictable as the teams that are around us and the games that they're playing. And it's also one of those weekends where we've got an opportunity of capitalising on one or two of those sides. Now, Liverpool play Manchester City, which is first versus second. Liverpool, of course, they're above us on goal difference at the moment, so it's first versus second. Now, Spurs, they play Aston Villa, which is fourth against fifth. And then you've got us in the middle of that, third. And we're playing Brentford, who are mid-table. And that's not no disrespect to Brentford or anything else. As I've been explaining, it's a very difficult place to go and it's going to be a very difficult game. And Brentford's results this season, 12 games, they're very much straight down the middle. 4 wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats. You know what I mean? It's pretty straightforward in that respect. But yeah, I'm just hoping that, we haven't got so many injuries. Like, there's been a lot of talk about injuries and whatnot. But I'm just very hopeful now that some of those have, passed, and we've got some players back, and we've got some opportunity to, field a bit of a stronger side. Gabriel Jesus come back in the international break and was out with Brazil. So I'm presuming he's going to be available and ready. Martin Odegaard is back in training. Interesting, David Raya will not be playing in this game because a lot of people will probably forget. But he's actually on loan from Brentford, so he can't play against his parent club. Now, there was talk this week that Arsenal are going to make his loan move permanent, and that will be all, confirmed in 2024. One of the reasons why it was a loan deal was because of financial fair play, and to be able to get around that. And I think it was something that was always going to happen anyway, but just for the moment, it was a loan deal. So David Raya is not going to be able to play in this game, which means Aaron Ramsdale will get his opportunity. How many more opportunities will he get? I'm not too sure. I think the fact that we're signing Raya permanently means that Arteta is going to move on to the next level of what he sees. And Aaron Ramsdale will probably end up being sold at some point. I don't think he'll go in January, but I do think he'll probably may well go at the end of the season. And Arsenal will look at it and probably say it's good business. They've just tied him down to a new long-term deal. A lot of people see that and presume that means someone's staying. It doesn't. It just means that they're going to protect the market value and that they're, planning for the future. And at the end of the day, they'll get more than what they paid for him. you know, Mikel Arteta took a chance on him. He was a goalkeeper that had 2 relegations on his CV and everything else. So took the chance. And he probably feels he's got what he, you know, needed out of him. And it's cutthroat business football, isn't it? And that's what it is, ultimately, a business. So listen, it is what it is. But yeah, look, let's go and get into the predicted lineup, and we will see what we go with, you know, Saturday evening. So starting off in goal, Aaron Ramsdale. As I said, David Raya is ineligible, cannot play. So this is a very straightforward one. In defence, I think right back, Ben White may well have a bit of an injury. There's been a lot of talk about it, hasn't trained, etc. So I feel that he probably won't play this game. And for that reason, I'll go with Tomiyasu. Very straightforward one for me. Right centre back, William Saliba. It's just very straightforward. Hilarious video as well, by the way, of William Saliba, you know, being shown pictures of former Arsenal players and whether he could guess them. And when it came up with Philip Senderos, he actually asked if that was the Everton manager, Sean Dyche. If you haven't seen the video, go and watch it. It's brilliant. Left centre back, Gabriel. Of course, went on international duty, played for Brazil. Very straightforward for me, this one. Left back, Zinchenko. Again, a very straightforward one. If Tomiyasu is playing on the right, Zinchenko will play on the left. In the midfield, I suppose this is where you can have a bit of a debate. Would you play Declan Rice as the deepest player? For me, no. I would have Jorginho there. Very straightforward one. Given Thomas Partey and whatnot is not there. So yeah, very straightforward. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka. Now, there will be talk. Is he injured? Is he not playing right? Has he got niggles, knocks, and this, that, the other? And he plays. It's very, very simple for me. Next up, Martin Odegaard returning to the side. I believe he is back from injury. He is in full training. And for me, he will start. Now, I don't know what the full extent of his injury was. There was talk that he actually suffered concussion in training. And one of the balls smacked him in the face. But listen, whatever it was, he's back now. Maybe this break will have recharged him, you know, refreshed him, you know, mentally and physically. Because he did look a little bit tired in some games and he didn't look his usual self. But maybe now he's had a reset. We can start to see the Martin Odegaard that we know, you know, we see all the time. And yeah, it's very straightforward one for me. If he's fit and available, he plays. Alongside him, Declan Rice plays more in that, you know, advanced role, left centre, kind of Granit Xhaka, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's very, very, very straightforward. This guy is immense, superb. I've run out of things to say about him. He is just unbelievable. So yeah, a very straightforward one. On the left-hand side, Martinelli scored for Brazil. His first international goal as well. And looked very sharp. And we're going to need that similar kind of, you know, performance from Martinelli, the way that he can play and the way that we know he can play and how dangerous he can be. So yeah, for me, very straightforward one. Now, as the main striker, number 9, Gabriel Jesus just come back from injury and everything else. So I don't think he will start. So let's eliminate him. You got players like Trossard. Again, I don't think he's going to be used as that target man 9. And then you've kind of got Kai Havertz or Eddie Nketiah. If I have to pick between the two, then I'm picking Kai Havertz. If Kai Havertz plays, I want to see him in that 9. Now, there's a lot of talk about him on international duty because he played left back. Do not get any ideas, Mikel Arteta. But yeah, if I have to go with one of those options, then for me, I'm going with Kai Havertz. I think he offers us something different. He interlinks the play, and I feel that he helps us get out of, you know, that one-dimensional play and can beat the press and go over. And Yeah, for me, I'm going to play Kai Havertz. It's a choice between him and Eddie, and I'm going with Kai Havertz. It's as simple as that. So there we go. That is it for the preview and the predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. If you do disagree, what selections do you disagree with? Where would you make those changes in the 11? Let me know and we can debate it in the comment section. Plenty of content coming up, match reactions and everything else. And like I said, it's a big opportunity for, us to go about our business, try and get those 3 points, and everybody else around us is playing each other. So we can just, hopefully get that win and see where we are come Sunday evening when all the games are finished. So, yeah, there we go. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.